Hi, and
Hi,
welcome
good.
to the second episode of
Hello,
the
buddy.
Isles DND.
Carlos, you are
Oops.
looking mad swag, bro. Um,
Sorry.
as you may notice, there is no Jeff with us today, unfortunately. I don't remember what he said he had to do, but he had something else to do. So there's going to be a black square in his space for today.
We're killing his character.
Yeah, pretty much. Nariak is just dead.
He's not allowed back.
So, Nick, what have you been up to for the past week? In 20 words or less.
Playing Overwatch and getting ready for a trip for next week up to a cabin in Wisconsin. So, a little hectic getting everything ready, and I've been really excited to do more of this campaign and write it and have some fun. So, yeah, should be good.
Carlos, what have you been up to?
Playing Overwatch and going to school,
Oh,
learning stuff.
Sounds good.
Fun.
And Lucas?
Playing Overwatch.
Really?
A little bit, not as you guys. I started going to the gym, so that sucks, but it's also good for exercise and things. Yeah, school,
Yeah,
Hearthstone.
there's this game that I've been playing that God, I can't remember the name of it though.
I bet it's Overwatch. I bet it's Overwatch.
You know, I can't remember what this game is that I've been playing. God, is it? It's Prison Architect. That's it.
Yeah.
I just
Sure
got
it
it, and
is.
it's been really fun. And I also went to the Hangout Music Festival this weekend, which was incredible. Got to see some really cool bands, and yeah. So Nick, take it away. Well, if you want to do like a
All right.
previously on sort of thing.
Yeah. So, so last week on the Isles, our four main characters found themselves locked away in some rusty old cells in a dark chamber. It took them a while, but they were able to mage hand a key into the locks and get everyone out. They found some abandoned clothes of multiple sizes. Found a dead woman in a tub with in a torture chamber, basically, with blood splattered everywhere. They escaped after fighting 4 giant wolf spiders, made their way to a lighthouse down the beach a few hours. Roswell harassed this old man whose daughter ended up being the one dead in the bathtub. Kiovac went and got the body, and they've kind of made amends relationship-wise with this lighthouse attendant, and now they're waiting because the City Watch will be on their way making a round by the lighthouse to check on things. So that is where we are. All right, so you guys have been waiting for about an hour and a half, so you have had a short rest. So yes, you can roll hit die, whatever you want.
How does that work? You just roll a hit die and get whatever back?
Yeah, and then you get half of your hit. You get half of your total hit
You
die
get
back in a long rest, right?
Yeah. So you all have two hit die now, so you can roll both of them if you want, but
All right, let me roll my hit dice.
I was
Should
at full
be
health.
D6?
Yeah, someone just healed me. That's right.
yeah, Taylor and I believe Larry Eckert. Then should be good.
Sorry, who's Taylor?
Yeah, I know. Flynn and Larry Eckert, I think are at full health.
Plin the what?
That's it. It's just Flynn.
I'm
to
at
me.
full health.
Plin the
I'm
what?
just rolling anyway.
As the DM, I'm not thinking character right now. You're just Flynn. All right. You only get D6. Shit.
E.
All right. So you guys rested a little bit in the cottage. He gave you some meager food. Robert did, and
What
he's
type
getting
of
close to some very stale bread that's been sitting out for a while.
Stale
some
bread is my
oatmeal.
favorite.
That was about it. But he showed you outside. He came outside. He informed you that 2 men of the City Watch would be patrolling to the lighthouse. This is the farthest away on the east side. Not the farthest, the second farthest. And Robert's lighthouse is the second last on the trip. The patrol comes once a week just to check for if there's been any wreckage, any unusual sightings. Just check the lighthouse attendant, make sure everything's okay. So that is who you're waiting for, and you're outside the cottage. You see two men just leisurely walking by. They seem pretty young, maybe in their late 20s. Their armor, it's nice, but a little ill-fitting, not the greatest. You see the badge of the Kingdom of Yulan on their arm as they get closer. And they come up, and as they're getting close, they yell out, "Oi, Robert! Who are these fellows with you? What news?" Robert just turns, you're going to want to talk to them, maybe take them back into the city. They have an interesting story to tell. They found Helen's body. Otherwise, no news. And then he introduces you guys to Andrew and Stephen of the Knights of the City Watch of Yulan.
Oh,
Yeah. Close.
I got you.
City Watch.
Hey,
The one that he pointed to, who is Andrew, steps up and goes, "So who are you fellows? What's your story?"
Plen the Great. I extend my hand to shake his.
He kind of oddly
You were
steps forward and
highlighting.
shakes, like reaches down and shakes your hand.
Now,
Backs up
I
and looks
know a
at the rest.
fan when I see one.
A fan?
Of Plen the Great.
The two guards look at each other and just kind of
Ah,
like
do like
give you a sideways.
like a dramatic like near faint into Kiovac's arms.
Okay.
Like
And
a very-
that's when I introduce myself. I'm Kiovac Polkar of the Polkar clan.
You see a little bit of wonder in the guard's eyes. Not really often seeing the Goliaths of the Polgar clan come down this area, so they're just a little like, "Oh, cool." They look at you, Roswell.
Hello, my name is James Average Man, and I trust the authorities.
Roll the steps.
Deception.
I'm gonna plus 6.
He just wants to do that.
Does.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah, this guy. Oh wait, it's two of them. Yeah. They just kind of like. They're just kind of confused. Like, Average Man. What a dumb, stupid last name.
I
What
turn
is it?
to Roswell and I go, Roswell, I didn't know your name was James.
So, the second guard, Steven, just goes, "So your name's James
It's James.
Roswell James Roswell
It's James
Roswell
Roswell,
James."
actually. People get that
James
mixed up.
Oh, so your friend Roswell. Your friend calls you Roswell. Okay. So then Lariak's just like, "Hi, I'm Lariak, the Water Genasi Druid."
Is that supposed to be an impression?
Yeah. Not what Jeff's voice, just like what Jeff said like 3 times last time. So after their introductions, they take a more serious note. They look at Robert and they ask, "So Robert, they found Helen's body," and he shakes his head, points into the cottage, and says, "She's in there. I'm gonna bury her on the next 6th day." And he looks back to you, Kiovac, actually. Being the tallest, he's there, side strong to you. And Robert nods. And then Andrew asks, "So where did you find this body? Like, what actually happened? Why are you all here together?"
I let Luke take it away. I mean, whatever. James.
Thank you. Thank you for getting my name correct. So the thing is, we all mysteriously woke up in some sort of dungeon, and I think it's clear what that means. I don't need to explain what put us in that dungeon, obviously. But through our amazing cunning and brilliant skills, we will find our way out. So we established and stumbled upon some sort of weird examination bubble. They called it a bathtub. I don't know what they were talking about. And there was a specimen inside. I found out, little bit earlier. This specimen had a name. Don't really remember what it was. Don't really care. But I do know what they were trying to get from her. It was the secrets of our inner organs.
The two kind of look at each other, a little distraught, maybe a little confused, but actually a little trusting and a little worried. You see some worry in their face. Andrew goes into like kind of this brooding, deep thought. When Steven speaks up and goes, "You will want to hear this. Look, you're going to be wanted for questioning back in town. It's only a half day's walk. It's best you guys come with us."
Actually, you'll be coming with us. We're going to town.
They keep a straight face, don't laugh, look annoyed, and
I'll kind of walk up
Steven...
and turn them around and start walking with them like in between the two.
Oh, they're not ready to leave yet. They're just trying to like push them towards the road. They're like, get your things, get ready to leave. We need to talk with Robert for a second. And so for like 3 minutes, they're just talking to Robert about the normal business. I assume with the rest of your story, you told that like on the walk, you'll tell them the rest of the story, everything. So they had this little talk. You guys start heading down the road. It's a half day's walk. So as you get closer, you start to go through some pasture land, like some pastures. By about 11 near noon, you starting to see more homes, a tavern, an inn here and there on these just outlying little villages. And by around 2 o'clock maybe in the afternoon, when the sun's high in the sky, you actually are coming in the southeastern gate, and you see a modest wall, a defensible wall of the city. Plain, you've been here before. Kivak, you've been here. Roswell, you were just coming to the area, and you haven't. Lariak's kind of like a little shocked by the size of the city, just because he comes from like kind of a hermitage background. And then they escort you into the gates. You're coming in. There's 4 guards at the gate, 2 on each side. It's one of the smaller gates on the southeastern side, as it's not one of the major merchant areas. The guards kind of nod at each other as they walk by. Andrew Stephen leads you in to the city. You wind your way around to near the middle of the city, and you stop at what is the City Watch headquarters. They walk you in. There's kind of a holding room, like a doctor's office waiting room.
On the magazines?
Yeah, on the magazines.
Oh. What magazines are there? What can I read about?
Highlights. I love highlights.
There is actually a newspaper, like a small little like newspaper in town. So if you want to read that about the recent news, there's actually on the last page of it. When you look at it, you sit down. They tell you to wait. They go on to the next room. You look at it, flip it over to the very back page, and you see a small little 2-inch by 2-inch ad for Marcel's Traveling Marvels.
All right, but what's on the front page?
When are they showing? When are they performing?
This paper's from 4 days ago. It's a once a week kind of paper thing.
Is my name featured anywhere on it, on the ad?
Nope.
Oh!
No mention of you.
Damn it, Marcel.
It's literally it just says Marcel's Traveling Marvels and lists like when the shows will be and where. That's it.
I excitedly show Roswell and Keo back. Look, guys, look!
Lariak just looks like kind of left out and disappointed that his new friend is ignoring him. After what seems like an eternity, Andrew and Stephen walk out. They just kind of nod towards the door. You all rise up and follow in, I assume. He leads you back through a couple halls into a fairly large office room with a desk scattered with papers and notes. Behind it sits a young man in his early 20s, dark, long brown hair with some nice flow, dark brown eyes, and this very troubled, contemplative look on his face. His hand on his forehead, looks up as you enter and just points to the seats.
I'll take the one closest to him. Or if they're all equally distant, I'll like pull one closer to him.
Yeah, it's like yeah. So you kind of like pull up. You like excited, like you like scoot the chair up from behind it, like hop up, and you're just kind of like very excited.
I kind of like put my elbows on this table, like lean in.
Yeah.
Does he have like a nameplate?
That's kind of like season. Does he have what?
Like a nameplate or anything that tells us who he is?
So you all sit down.
I actually flip the chair around and lean over the back of it.
I lean back in my chair.
Can I roll for chair?
Quebec tries to lean back in his chair, and his large girth, made for this more human-sized creature, starts to lean back, and the back right leg snaps, and you go falling down onto your back. And
Don't worry, I'll just stand.
The man behind the desk just kind of, like, you say that, and he just, like, shakes his head.
Don't mind him, Detective.
And the guard you walked with, Andrew, steps up, grabs the last bit of that broken chair, and takes it off somewhere. Once you're all seated, the man behind the desk introduces himself. He says, "Travelers, my name is Liam of the City Watch. I'm a captain. This news my guards bring me troubles me. I would hear your story." And so, to fast forward through this, you guys explain what you saw. Roswell throws in some
Aliens.
extraordinary details.
I want to continuously call this guy Detective.
Detective.
Yeah.
His name is Captain Liam.
No matter how much he corrects me, I want to call him Detective Leon.
And while you guys are telling the story, Quebec, you're thinking about your noble background and knowing this is a major kingdom close to your clan. You actually recognize who this man might be. You recognize him as being
Detective Liam,
the seventh and youngest child of the Bordon family.
Ooh.
He's
The
the youngest, the fourth son, youngest child of 7. So, Quebec, you recognize this, and your manner changes a little bit. It's odd to see someone of nobility working for the City Watch. But you go through your story, and
At one
as you
point, I
finish up,
call him Captain Borodon.
Detective Borodon. I correct him.
yeah. So you say, during the story, you say Captain Bordon, and his eyes flicker to you, and he says, "Despite not knowing how a chair might work, you do seem to know a lot." And he probes you guys for some questions about actually very specific details about what the cells were like, how rusted they were, the sizing of the clothes and loot distributed in the second room, asks about the spiders, asks how you guys got out. So after
we just
this,
take you there.
in due time, it says. So after hearing the story, he stops and he remains silent, kind of looks down at some notes, pulling notes around. And he says, "This is some very troubling news. There have been disappearances all over the kingdom of Yelan, specifically lonely travelers, people passing through, people that probably aren't always noticed gone, but we've been starting to notice just because of the sheer number of people going missing."
It makes sense.
Well,
It's
who's behind it, Detective?
It's been coupled with... See, that's what we're trying to find out. There's also been a rising usage of a drug. It's made its way all the way up into even the nobility. It's called red moss, and these two things started happening near the same time. The City Watch is stretched thin. We're dealing with the drugs, the people smuggling the drug in and smuggling it out. The trade, it's a lot to handle.
I want to like
Chamber
put
you
my
escaped
hand on his shoulder.
You start to reach across the table, but you can't reach with your little stubby arms, and so you just kind of pat the table.
We can help, Detective.
See, that's what I'm hoping. The chamber you escaped from, it's not the first of its kind that we found. In fact, it's the third we'd heard of. I'm surprised we've never found it, saying it's so near on the beach. The first we found actually in these sewers, the Thieves Guild of my informants left me a note, and we were able. I mean, by the time we got there, it was cleared out, but it fits your description exactly. Why wouldn't we have been able to find your chamber, the torture chamber you guys came from? Where exactly was it again? It was just
mystically guarded by some sort of illusion.
You see him grab a piece of notes, start like taking little notes.
Oh, I embellish like crazy. It's like, oh yeah, like whenever we stepped through it, there was like this crazy rippling effect, and it was like stepping into another dimension. It had to be some sort of teleportation field that we went through. And on the other side, it was solid rock. I couldn't go back through at all. I definitely didn't try to go back through, and it definitely failed.
I went back through.
He just kind of looks at you all, and Flynn, he looks down at you and just kind of nods, like an adult nods to a child who's obviously full of shit. You know, this man, even though he is the youngest son of this noble family, knows his way around magic and the City Watch, and has risen to this point of captain, being one of the second-ranking officers in the Watch. He goes on after you tell him this. So, like you said, if you are willing to help, I can go to the city treasury. It'd be rewarding it for you, but there's a third possible location for where a lot of these disappearances have been happening. It's about a day and a half from here. If you're all willing, it'd be a great help. I'd be in your debt. The kingdom would be in your debt if you could just go and see what you can find out.
Have there been like shimmers in the sky or
I get to be
strange
detective
beeping
Flynn?
sounds?
Yes, Detective Flynn.
Do I get a badge?
And you half-elf there. Nothing in the sky. He takes a copper from like on the edge of the desk, just kind of like tosses it across the table, and it like bounces near you. It says, just kind of nods. He has bigger things on his mind than a silly gnome wanting a badge.
Do we get a ride over there?
I'm sorry, no. I have to get the funds together. It's only a day and a half's walk. Look, I'll put you up for the night. You guys can rest after your ordeal, but if you're willing to do this, just know I'll be in your debt. I'll have Andrew come back and give you more details. Thank you. And when he says thank you, the door opens, and Andrew's standing there. He motions for you all to follow him.
He's listening in. Thank you. Hello, travelers.
Greetings, traveler.
Hello, travelers.
Hello, travelers.
Sorry, but so Andrew, you all follow. You get up slowly. Kivak, I assume you apologize.
Yeah, I apologize, and I say thank you, Captain, and I just leave.
Yeah, so you all leave. Andrew shows you across the street, maybe 2 blocks down, to a tavern called the Red Crown. Yeah, so you guys end up at this tavern. It's now maybe after your wait in the waiting room, your long discussion with Liam. It's now pushing on. If you kept it, yeah, if you want. They don't care. But when you guys were at the City Watch, the only people you actually saw working there were Andrew and Stephen returning, the captain, and one other guard. So it does seem like they actually are very stretched thin. So you arrive at the inn, the Red Crown. It is actually very nice. Something that, if the captain wasn't putting you up here, it might be a little pricey for you guys. Andrew goes and talks to the barkeep, Dolgan, the dwarf, standing behind the bar. He's cleaning some mugs as his crowd starts to shuffle in for the evening. No nobility shuffling in, but merchants, a few higher place looking individuals, not so dirty, but obviously working from the docks. So you're now at this tavern, this inn,
And it's crowded.
for the night. People are starting to shuffle in. Dogen,
anyone like of note? Anyone suspicious? Anything like that?
no, it's actually a very clean looking crowd. No one really sticks out to you.
But does anyone
You guys are all
recognize me?
Nope.
Being Plin the Great of Marcel's traveling.
It's a heavily human city and kingdom, but being
I
a major
perform for
corporate,
humans.
you just see. Yeah, I know. What I'm saying there are a lot of gnomes and halflings and dwarves and elves around, and half elves and stuff. So you're all sitting. Dogen comes over, brings you some amazing food, some mugs of beer, and leads you to your own devices.
What's the beer called?
Oh, I have to ask
I
Dolgan
want
a
to ask
question.
him what the name of this ale is.
He looks at you and just says, "Oh, it's one we brew right here. It's
Challenge mode.
Had it.
Come up with a beer name.
Yep. Shit. See, I was gonna say something, but it's something that's already like exists, and then I realized it.
We'll call it the Red
It's
Crown.
Don't tell me what to call it.
All right. You know.
It's the Red Crown. The Red Crown. Oh, it's famous across the Isles. We brew it right here. And then he walks away and says, as he's walking, he's very busy. Walks in over his shoulder, says, "Enjoy."
Wait, friend.
I'm after him. I believe in you.
Down a
I
beer.
run after him.
He's getting behind the bar, and as you kind of like stumbling up, and he just kind of glances at you and keeps like going about handing food to people at the bar, getting drinks.
Ask him how long he's been working here.
My whole life, son, and just keeps working.
How long is that?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I wanna ask
Do you have
him.
a family?
I wanna ask him where the sketchiest part of town is.
You're not. You're still at the table, Clint.
I want to go to him and ask him where the
what did you
sketchiest part of town is.
So Flynn stumbles up and comes up and hops up on a stool a little bit, just comes up a little bit, and just so he's looking over the bar. And you ask, and he looks at you and just goes, "District near the southwestern gate." I don't know why you want to go there though.
We've got a mission. And I flash a piece of copper and then tuck it back in my pocket. And I tap the other two guys on the shoulder and go, "Come on, there's still daylight."
3.
There's 3 of you. Lyriac's actually been very contemplative. He's not used to being around so many people, and as you're telling him that you want to go to the old district, he just says to you all, "It's best I turn in early tonight. I have a lot to think about." And so one of the barmaids, who is for a dwarf, lovely young woman, who leads him upstairs to his room.
When you say leads him upstairs to his room,
Not a euphemism, not nothing special. Just she comes.
Yeah,
comes back.
sure.
Back down the corner.
oh, okay, yeah, leads him. I gotcha.
So yeah, I'm gonna beckon Keovac and Roswell to follow me to the South District gate, or the gate to the South District.
The old district near the southwestern gate.
Mm-hmm. And I want to.
So you guys,
Okay.
you exit the Red Crown. You see a lot of people coming and going. You see merchant stalls being cleared up for the night. People heading home from work, heading to taverns. Flynn, if you're leading the group, roll a survival check.
Well, to be fair, this is probably where I would stay. Also, I'm rolling physically. I'm not allowed to do that. This is probably where I would hang
advantage.
out whenever I'm here,
Roll
right?
advantage. Roll advantage. Roll advantage. You're only here for like a day or two.
Roll damage.
No,
Advantage.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage. All right.
Because you were here for a while.
Good enough.
Yeah. So you take some twists and turns. Not maybe the quickest way to the old district, but you do find your way. It is definitely an older area, more wooden buildings, less stone work. Maybe a little bit. It's where a lot of the dock workers are coming back to their homes.
A bar that looks
They are-
particularly busy.
They're all actually very busy.
Yeah, I wanna enter the first bar I see that looks like it's hopping, but still kind of like, dark, like somewhere where a drug dealer might hang out.
You walk directly back into the red crowd.
You've gone around in a circle. So you go into the Cow's Hide Tavern. It's not just a tavern. Pretty dark in here, musty, but very busy. A lot of dock workers.
Is there anyone who looks particularly busy? Or not busy, I mean, like, suspicious or keeping to themselves?
Roll perception.
Keep rolling physically.
You look around. There's almost everyone's with a group. There are 2 men in the far corner, being very quiet. One of them has their hood up, dark hair. There's another fella sitting by himself in the close corner, just drinking his ale. That's about as suspicious as it gets.
I want to turn to Kiovac and Roswell and tell them to say, "Now you guys keep an eye on me, but act like you belong. I'm gonna be over there." And I kind of subtly motion to the corner.
Is there an empty table?
Yeah, there's actually one table left if Kiovac and Roswell want to go there.
I'm gonna sit there and complain about how I don't walk, and this was the most walking I've done in a long time.
Yeah, so you actually just after you settle down at the headquarters and at the Red Crown, the walk across the city is just, you're drenched. You are just exhausted, and a barmaid quickly comes up and serves you. Flynn, which group are you going to?
The
group of 2 men.
Yeah.
With 2. Yeah, so you go up to these 2 men, and they just kind of look at you.
I want to lean forward. I imagine this table is pretty high on me, but I just kind of want to be like, I'm looking for a product that's quite difficult to get my hands on. Could either of you help me out?
The 2 kind of look at each other quizzically.
And I want to pull out a gold piece and kind of twiddle in my fingers.
Not sure what kind of product you're looking for there, Gnome. What'd you say your name was?
Plen. Great.
You see both of their faces light up. Plen the Great! Oh, we were at your show. Why are you still in town? I heard you guys were going on to Valedor. What? Oh, your show was so great. Marcel is so amazing.
I wanna kind of motion
and they're being,
to make a spot.
Them yelling is overpowering the other tables being ruckus and loud.
I want to sit down next to the one who seems more excited.
Yeah, so you pull up next to the guy with his hood down with the black hair.
Wow, it is.
And they're just they motion to get another round of drinks. The barmaid brings over an ale for you and one for each of them.
Hey, what do you call this ale?
Hogsmeade. And the barmaid walks away.
I'll kind of take a swig and be like, it is great to meet some genuine fans. Look, sorry about the suspicious talk earlier, but see.
No, it's fine. Anything for a hard worker such as yourself, the world's strongest gnome.
I'll give him a flex and then lean forward, so that no one else listening in could hear. And I'll be like, now I'm on.
Can I arm wrestle you?
Momentarily. I'm on some.
Okay.
I'm on some business that I can't exactly talk about, but I need to know.
Are you training for your new show? Are you training for your next show?
I'm not. You could say I'm a detective.
Where's your badge?
I flash a piece of copper and tuck it back, before they can see what it is.
You're starting to realize these guys are not the brightest in town.
Yeah, I'll be quick. I'll be quick to the point and ask them if they know anything about Red Moss. So quiet.
And you ask, and they get quiet. I don't know why you'd be asking about that, but no, not so much. We're just workers out in the fields. You want to roll insight?
I'm gonna insight them
Go ahead.
so hard. Oh wait,
Go
that's
ahead.
gonna be a plus something.
Doesn't matter. They are telling the truth. These guys are just they're very simple field workers.
Okay, I'll like give Kiovac and Roswell a little bit of a like thumbs up, like a they didn't know anything sort of thing, and then I'll arm wrestle the guy who asked.
Yeah, so like you come back, roll an athletics check. He quick the guy who asked like quickly clears the table away, this area in front of you, and kind of like scooches your chair over closer so you guys can get it good.
Oh, not a chance! World
Breaks the
champion
table.
arm wrestler.
Oh, he rolled a 17, but no, the 20. You say go. The third guy lets go of your hands. You start to let him kind of like you're toying with him, and then all of a sudden you just smack it down. Table tips. All three of your ales, half done, just tip over, spill the ground, and they jump up and start cheering.
Yeah, I want to stand up and be like, anyone else want to test the Great Plin?
A lot of the other tables just kind of like seem annoyed by the ruckus, look at the spilled ale, and just turn back to their drinks.
Yeah, I'll thank the two guys for the round and attempted information, and then go back to Kiovac and Roswell.
Right. Yeah. So they're very appreciative of meeting you. They sit back at their table. They motion for more drinks, and you leave.
The entire time I've been at this table, just kind of like, oh man, I sure do feel like I belong here at this bar. Yeah, this is where I'm comfortable, and I come here often with my friends.
They're
I'm
all
just like
ignoring you.
laying on the table, like,
they're
oh
all just
god.
very confused, like just kind of like, what this weirdo?
Yeah, I'm sure a weirdo.
I'll fill them in about how I couldn't find anything, and
Yeah. So is there anything else you guys want to do at this tavern or this night?
I'll keep a particular eye out on the way back for like anyone in an alley or anyone who might look like they could be dealing drugs.
All right. Yeah. So you guys finish your drinks, start to make your way back to the Red Crown. Completely different path this time, as Plin doesn't quite know the city great. Plin, roll a perception check.
No, I swear this is the way to go, guys.
Whatever.
Yeah. So
Look at
as
these
you're
rolls,
just
man.
about the old district actually is catty corner to the dock area, and so as you're passing through this area, passing from the old district onto where the Red Crown is, you look in to the right down alleyway. You see two human men, one hooting and hollering as the other one's bending over, puking.
I want to tap like the other two on the shoulder so that they like either slow down or follow my lead, and then like kind of duck down in a stealthy fashion and like go around the corner from them so I can hear without being seen.
Roll stealth. Yeah. So, are the other two of you following around the corner?
Yeah,
No.
I am.
So, Roswell roll stealth as well.
What is my
I'm catching my breath behind the corner.
Also roll a stealth check for your heavy labor breathing.
There it is. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
so-
That's +1.
Okay, and so he actually rolled a 20 on his perception. So the one puking is just can't stop puking. The one hooting and hollering doesn't actually see you guys coming, but the one puking just wipes his mouth and looks over, sees Plin and hears some heavy breathing around the corner, but can't see. Roswell's just sticking to the shadows like he does naturally in the night. He in his belabor state, he hits his friend on the stomach a couple times, nods, and the two of them, without saying a word, start running away.
Oh, chasing for sure. Suspicious motherfucker.
All right, so you start chasing. They're definitely pretty slow. If they're winding around, kind of like they're drunk, bumping into walls. And actually, the one in front is running and trips over some debris in this alleyway. Falls face first, his friend trips over him, and you've now caught up to them.
Yeah, I want to like grapple one of them.
Yeah, so you grapple him up,
and then and be like, "Why did you run from us? International sign of guilt."
Look, dude, I don't know, man. We got panicked. I don't know.
What I'll kind of like let him go and like take a step back. What's going on? What's going on with you?
Shuffles up a little bit. Look, we're just having some fun. It's just too much fun tonight. Look, can you just let us go? We need to, just let us go.
I say, now there's no way you're escaping from us.
Escaping? Look, we need to get back. We need to get back home. Our mother's gonna kill us already.
We brought our very dangerous assassin friend, and I use my misty visions to create the image of a very scary assassin man standing behind them. But then I continue talking.
Oh my god! No!
He don't expect him to tell you anything. He's actually mute. They call him the silent killer. So
he's silent and deadly.
The one that was hooting and hollering earlier, the one that was puking, is still kind of on the ground, belabored. The one that was hooting and hollering has very visibly peed his pants.
At
this point, QFX starts running in like, "Oh, I'm here."
They don't notice you coming. They're just so scared. They don't...
I like lean forward and kind of grab the collar of one of them, and I go, "Who's your dealer?"
Look, it was just a one-time thing. One of our friends just gave it to us. It's just.
What friend?
Look, it wasn't ours. We're out. We don't. There's nothing we can.
What friend?
And he starts to hyperventilate. Look, his name's Ethan.
Ethan what?
I don't know where
I'll give him a shake.
He's just Ethan. Look, he works on the docks. That's all I know. He's just.
Go home, and I like drop him down, and I motion for Roswell to make the vision fade.
I'm very proud of it, so I don't make it fade.
So they help each other up. They look behind them, see the other guy, and instead of running towards the guy, they book it back down the alley where you guys came from, like dodging in between you guys, stumbling still back to their home and their mother.
I make the vision give me an enthusiastic thumbs up.
It does this, yes.
I want to pull out. Okay, never mind. I don't actually have that. I was gonna say I want to write that down, but I don't have anything to write it down with.
All you know is just a man named Ethan down at the docks.
Yeah.
But you start to realize it is getting late. Andrew, the guard, had told you that he would be there at dawn to fill you in on the exact details of where you're going. So if you want a long rest, you're gonna have to make it back to the red ground.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So having chased down this alleyway, you're only a little bit out of the way. You make your way from the old district back to the Red Crown. You come in. It's died down a little bit. Dolgan's still busy behind the bar, just kind of nods to you, motions up the stairs. The same lovely young lady leads you guys up to your rooms, pushes you all back into that one room where Lariak's already fast asleep, and immediately heads back downstairs because she did not lead you upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Did not. It's actually a very lavish room. Curtains over the window. Very nice down mattresses. Definitely above what you are used to planning your travels, or any of you are really used to. It's a very nice inn, and you take a rest.
Cool. There we should take a break, so I can break.
Take a break. Yep.
Cool. We will be right back.